Africa's richest man, Aliko Dangote, has expressed his unending interest to buy English Premier League side Arsenal, worth $15.7 billion according to Bloomberg Billionaires Index. Dangote's bid to buy into Arsenal was turned down in 2010. Arsenal is the third most successful club in England, having won 13 top-flight league titles in the country, the most after Manchester United and Liverpool. Stan Kroenke holds 67% of the club's stakes. Uzbek billionaire Alisher Usmanov owns about 30%. A successful bid would make Dangote, who is a staunch Arsenal fan, the first African owner of a club in England. So we ask, should Dangote buy into Arsenal or acquire a local league in Nigeria or a local football club in Nigeria and turn it to a global force? That's Sports Debate today. I am Solomon Ajizogu, and you're welcome. This is Sports Debate.
We have been in England before. I expect him to do better.
Where we give you the right to brag about your knowledge of sport.
And some get it wrong.
He started poorly.
Is excellent when it comes to area prowess.
So why do Qatar want to bring the World Cup to their country?
It is because of the finance. Okay, now if it's
about if you make more money from the World Cup.
That's I disagree. There is a value that is trailing by 6 points or thereabouts.
And don't forget, you can be a part of whatever we discuss by sending your tweets to me at Sporting Solo TVC.
Sports Debate.
Social media is an essential tool in today's society. With millions of information streaming into our smart devices daily, it can be pretty tough keeping track of important stories.
Exactly. On Trends, we sift through top topics and news online, so you won't have to. We present to you the information pronto.
Join us on Trends, where we discuss top trending issues on the social media.
Be in the know. Trend with us.
Trends, showing these times on TVC News.
I'm home. Mama Cletus, where'd all these people go? Expired again?
Yay, my water.
Cletus.
But Papa, our TV is not showing now.
Keep your family at home with your own Consat. Consat gives you over 10 free channels, 2 months complimentary subscription, free installation, and digital signals nationwide. For just 9,999 naira, you get the latest movies, music, news, sports, and more quality entertainment. Consat is so affordable. What more could you ask for? Get yours today from any Consat authorized distributor nationwide. Call 01-277-8690 now or visit www.consat.tv for more details.
Honey, your food is ready.
Consat, TV for us.
This is Sports Debate. So we ask, should Aliko Dangote, Nigeria's richest man, buy Arsenal or simply take a fraction of that money and invest in a local club and make a local club in Nigeria a force to reckon with? That's what we're talking about today. And with me to look at this issue are two gentlemen who are making their debut on the show. On my right is Oluwaseun Raji, who thinks that Aliko Dangote is on the right course. This is business. He should buy into Arsenal. Seun, you're welcome.
Many thanks for having me today.
Coming against him is another man. He's an Oyibo. You know, but he's one Oyibo who thinks that, no, Aliko Dangote should invest in a local club. Yusuf Akogun, you are welcome.
Thank you very much for having me.
If you are in Dangote's shoe, Yusuf, and you have that kind of money, would you not rather invest in a big club with such big name rather than spending money on a local club? Why do you think you should buy into a local club?
Well, thank you very much. We all know Aliko Dangote. He's the richest man in Africa as we speak. Can Aliko Dangote buy Arsenal? Yes. He has the financial wherewithal to buy Arsenal. He has been a successful businessman. But the question is, like people used to say, charity begins at home. Presently, our league, the Nigerian league, is crying for investments. The infrastructure are down. Our players are running abroad, not just because they want to go there, but because what we have on the ground here is not, you know, up to standard. So I would want somebody like Aliko Dangote and some other businessmen in Nigeria. Like some have been trying, but their effort has not really been good enough. So if somebody like Aliko Dangote wants to go and buy a club as big as Arsenal, with like the price that he was offering about 1.2 billion pounds or something, if you invest a fraction or 1/10 of that money in our league, in the local league, definitely a lot of things will change. Our players will stay at home. Don't forget, we have depth of talent in this league. From this league, we've been able to raise players.
Right. So he's made his point. Why do you think he shouldn't do what he's talking about?
I think his points are quite laid out, but there is a gap there. Other successful leagues, like the English Premier League, well packaged with the basic infrastructure needed to drive a business. Dangote would do himself a good by pushing up with his interest in Arsenal. Before now, he had made his interest to his spokesman in 2010, and his bid was turned down. I think this time around, he would have prepared himself very well to go ahead and be the first African, you know, to launch with the global powers in the sports business. Let's take away the attitude or the issue of everything begins at home. Yes, Dangote started from here, and we've seen the way he has expanded all through Africa. I think it's high time his global network of business increased, and sports actually is a business in the West. Sports is still treated as a recreation in Africa and Nigeria. Let's look at the way it is packaged. Nobody can actually come up to tell us the value of the Nigerian Premier League as it is right now, let alone a single club. I know that it would be appropriate for Dangote, you know, to have his percentage of that money that they want to invest, propose to invest in Arsenal, in a local club in Nigeria. It would be fantastic, yes. But what is the rate of profitability? I can't point my finger to a club that has a proper website, and that is the easiest marketing tool that you can use.
You can't point. I can. Enyimba has a website.
That website, my brother, I can doubt it if it is appropriately managed. Who is the web administrator? And when was the last news item, you know, posted on there? Sports nowadays is beyond ordinary entertainment and passion. It's all about business. How much £1 or £1 you can make per minute. And Arsenal is a brand, of course. The fan base here alone is huge and it's fantastic. And I believe if Dangote invests, it will be a good image for Nigerians. From there, you can then drive back at home.
You're just sitting by watching him, taking you to the cleaners.
But the thing is this, Dangote has so much money, just like we said. Arsenal was built to a point. Somebody built Arsenal to become a brand, right? So now it is we in Nigeria, if somebody like Dangote can build a club like Enyimba, for instance, Kano Pillars of this world, Heartland of Owerri, you can build them up to a brand. When you build them to a brand, you get other people to come and invest in your league too. It's not when you take your money to go and invest in other people's economy. You are boosting their economy and depress what you have in your own country.
I would have thought that since Dangote is a king of upstarts, he's invested in growing a lot of businesses. So if he wants to grow the business of football, why can't he just take up a club and start one and build a global force?
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
My perspective on that would be that the Nigerian football club scenario, the Nigerian sports business is quite different from the way it is done abroad. Let's look at the total package of what makes a football club. You have the cadre. I can bet you it's only Pepsi organization that have a proper youth structure. Enyimba doesn't have it. They can just put a name on there. It doesn't mean that it is running properly. They should produce the coaches. You know, they should give us, like you mentioned the website. But do we have it on website?
Somebody can actually provide the backing. Like what we are lacking in the league is the money. The money is not there.
It's not just the money.
The money is not there.
Packaging.
The money is not
the value of Enyimba as we speak. Enyimba, we understand 2003, 2004 winners of African Champions League. By now, Enyimba should have been competing with the likes of Al Ali, Tipe Mazembe. But as we speak, We all know that Kano Pillars is the defending champions of the league. Still the same line with Enyimba. It tells you one direction. It's all government rigmaroling, not commercial enough.
But let me take you on some issues. Like you already mentioned, Enyimba won CAF Champions League 2003, 2004. But with the financial support of Governor Oji Uzor of Abia State. You remember?
Absolutely.
So when you have the money, I could remember then, Governor Oji Uzor was able to get all the players he needed from all the Nigerian clubs.
Absolutely.
All around. So when you have this money, the moment Oji Uzor left that seat, the financial support was gone, left with him.
That tells you something.
Understand? So what I'm saying is that
instability. Nobody will want to invest in an unstable business.
What I'm saying is this. Before now, the cement industry in Nigeria was in comatose. Dangote came in, put his money there. Today, we have the biggest cement industry in Africa. He can do the same thing to any of the club in the country. We have the Kano Pillars of this world.
For a start, I think Dangote going abroad in this case will give him a good international image. And that image will give him the clout to come back home and develop the league. I think he should go out first.
Do you think when Oji Uzor took Enyimba, he was the governor of Abia State, and he took on Enyimba and financed Enyimba. Enyimba went to play on international stage. You remember that 7-1 annihilation by Inter Milan.
Yes.
But what was important was that Enyimba was on international stage.
Absolutely. But after that, what do we have next? Everything went back to the doldrums. That's what I'm saying here, that there is no basis for investment yet. Look at TP Mazembe has a private jet that conveyed the team from one spot to another. Enyimba by now still hold on to the rickety bus that they've been using.
But TP Mazembe you made mention. TP Mazembe you mentioned is owned by somebody.
Agreed.
It's a private owned club. So a Dangote can actually buy a private jet for an Enyimba.
Now let's also look at the business part of it.
I'm coming. For an Enyimba football club or a Kano Pillars football club. So when he invests part of this money in our league, for instance, let me give you an instance. If you look at the Premier League, the EPL, the La Liga, and the Serie A of this one, they actually started from somewhere.
Absolutely.
They started from somewhere. Somebody grew those business to a certain level before investment started coming in. So we can actually grow our league up to that level where foreigners can come in. The Chelsea that is owned by a Russian today was grown to a certain level. Before somebody came in and bought the club. So Arsenal, the Manchester United and the Liverpools of this world we are seeing, we're actually grown to a certain level. We can do the same thing in our league. And Dangote, as the richest Africa, going abroad to invest, is actually setting a bad example.
No.
This is Sports Bet.
He has been in England before. I expect him to do better.
Where we give you the right to brag about your knowledge of sport.
And some get it wrong. He started poorly. Excellent when it comes to area prowess.
So why do Qatar want to bring the World Cup to their country?
It is because of the finance. Okay, now if it's
about to make more money from the World Cup.
I disagree. There is a man that is trailing by 6 points or thereabout.
And don't forget, you can be a part of whatever we discuss by sending your tweets to me at Sporting Solo TVC.
Sports Debate.
Social media is an essential tool in today's society. With millions of information streaming into our smart devices daily, it can be pretty tough keeping track of important stories.
Exactly. On Trends, we sift through top topics and news online, so you won't have to. We present to you the information promptly.
Join us on Trends, where we discuss top trending issues on the social media.
Be in the know. Trend with us.
Trends. Showing these times on TVC News.
I'm home. Mama Kletus, where all these people go? Expired again?
Yay, my water.
Kletus.
But Papa, our TV is not showing now.
Keep your family at home with your own Consat. Consat gives you over 10 free channels, 2 months complimentary subscription, free installation, and digital signals nationwide. For just 9,999 naira, you get the latest movies, music, news, sports, and more quality entertainment. Consat is so affordable. What more could you ask for? Get yours today from any Consat authorized distributor nationwide. Call 01-277-8690 now or visit www.consat.tv for more details.
Honey, Your food is ready.
Concept TV for us.
Now, let me come in here and then set the ball rolling in the proper perspective. Now, the English Premier League actually was rebranded and commercialized, and it was led by the English FA. Today is the world's #1 entertaining league. The Nigerian Premier League could be rebranded. The LMC, yes, but not there yet.
It was rebranded in 1992.
And then rebranded again.
And then rebranded. So
with the LMC.
It's an upward surge to try to make it better. So why can't someone like Dangote put in, well, will he even be able to buy the whole of Arsenal? Let's imagine a fraction, 250 million pounds. He buys a stake in Arsenal. Okay. 50 million pounds of that money can turn Enyimba, Heartland, or Kano Pillars to a TP Mazembe, if not bigger than TP Mazembe. Why can't he just do that?
What I'm saying.
I'm still saying that the business atmosphere here is not prepared for that yet. We don't have the backing of a strong government that is ready to push the industry. I
thought it was the government that allowed the LMC to spring up.
But we still have some loopholes. The LMC is still having cases over them. The tenure of the current LMC is already over. We still have some, dark clouds surrounding them. That is not good enough for business. Because private people
are not involved, don't you?
No, because that part is still the government part. The government needs to prepare the enabling environment for businesses to thrive. And football abroad, in France, in Italy, in Spain, is basically business. And if the government part is not really, well set out, then investors will not put.
You are a businessman. You are a business person. You should tell us what's the business in it for Dangote to acquire Heartland or Kano Pillars.
Kano Pillars. There are a lot of business in Dangote acquiring or begin from the league. For instance, when Dangote went into cement, a lot of us knew nothing about cement, where we rely on foreign or one we get from abroad. But when he came in, revived the cement industry, and look at where it is today. Now, him coming into the Nigerian league, well, like you said, there are lapses in our FAs. I'm not going to dispute that. But then, when a private investor like Dangote comes in to invest his money in the league, for instance, Heartland, if you buy a club like Heartland, make it a brand, make it a brand, get it listed on the stock exchange where others. I'm coming.
There you go.
Where others can buy into it.
What is the value of a share, of a unit of Heartland share would be?
I'm coming. Dangote
be listed in
Dangote is a household name. All I need to do, all I need to hear is it is listed.
Dangote is a household name. I'm coming. Dangote is a household name in many Nigerian homes.
Of course, we know.
He owned 25% stakes at the Nigerian Stock Exchange. Yes. Here in Dangote owns his club alone. It's enough to drive people to come and invest in just a club.
I concur with you.
He drives foreigners. He drives local investors to come in.
Dangote to move that mile that an average Nigerian would believe in investing in a club like Heartland. I still tell you, Heartland don't have books.
What is your perspective
of the investment?
What is your perspective or understanding of Dangote?
What is the value of Heartland?
Your perspective and understanding of Dangote in Nigeria and in most African countries is that he is a successful businessman. For Dangote, somebody like as successful as Dangote, to pick a club and say, look, I'm investing in this club, it's enough. It sends a whole lot of messages to those investors who want to invest in the league.
Again, the African passion, not the African business serene. First, let Dangote try.
An African businessman who's got successful businesses.
I concur, but one part, it's a prepared part that he went for. The cement industry already have an outlook, and he took it.
I thought football already has an outlook in Nigeria.
Not an outlook that is as profitable, that is as rewarding as that of Arsenal.
This is the largest football market in the world.
By so-called fan base gathering at the viewing centers, not in the stadium. So it's going to take Dangote a whole lot to drag fans away from the centers.
If it's about fans, Kano Pillars records the largest number of fans. Kano Pillars and Enyimba on match days have filled capacity stadiums.
Filled capacity?
Yes.
But at what rate? How much do they pay to get into the stadium? What is the safety of someone who is maybe residing in Lagos and would love to go to Kano to watch Kano Pillars play.
We've not heard about deaths because people went to watch football games.
But we've heard about harassment of referees. We've heard about harassment of referees, about intimidation of
the see that in the English Premier League too, don't we?
No, we don't. We don't.
Well, I saw Clattenburg and Mikel Obi take on each other on the pitch. That is
but not from the fans.
What you are saying is, it's not peculiar to Nigeria alone. It happens in developing countries. Fans attacking referees, fighting, shooting, and all of that. It happens in developing countries.
Now, let's look at it.
It happens in Egypt. It happens in South Americans.
It's even worthless compared to the value of the Safa League. Now, Safa League is better packaged, better arranged, and better prepared for investment. Now, Dangote could just wake up and say, okay, I want to pick up Amazulu, who is about contending for relegation. But it's better packaged. You know what you're going for.
You're talking
you know
about.
The unit of what you're going to buy.
Somebody packaged it. Somebody had to package it.
Cannot be the only person who will value the club and yet buy it. That is double standard. You can't be the one to be the match. You can't be the player and still be the ref. That's what it's all about. Dangote, so he will need to value the club.
Do you know that at this point, stationery stores has to be set. Are the ones, they are building the stationery stores brand, even though they are not playing in a top flight. They've instituted the first cooperative, supporters cooperative, in order to take stores forward. Yes. Can't someone like Dangote invest in a club like stationery stores? Now, that is fan-driven.
It is fan-driven, agreed. But let's look at it within the Nigerian situation. I don't want to go. I would have loved that.
Club in Nigeria.
I would have loved, yes. I would have loved that you mentioned a club like COD United. Already on a throw. That is the only club I can say we have level of youth cadre. We have entertainment for fans. As you know, whether the team win or lose, you're short of entertainment. You're short of value for the 10 naira that at least you pay for your gate fees. Okay. You don't have that with Heartland. You don't have that with the bourgeoisie club, so to say.
Dangote can set that up.
Stationary stores.
You mentioned COD. You mentioned City of David.
It's a small club. Dangote would not have the patience of business to invest for something that he will have to wait for the next 10 years or 15 years before he start to count his money. But with us now, the case is different. Definitely, almost immediately, because Arsenal already have that international face. So I think he should go ahead with it, buy into that club, then from there learn how football is professionally run, and then can come home and then rebrand and restructure a particular club. Not take all, because it will be that is like is the one that is dictating the pace. It will be a one-man show.
So before you can actually be successful abroad, you have to start your business from home.
He has demonstrated that with his Dangote
Dangote industry of this one. But he has never invested in any football club in Africa. Why going globally? Why going to England? When you've not been able to be
the African face,
the fact that you are successful,
if he's going to invest in Africa, it should be Nigeria.
The fact that he's successful as an industrialist,
but
the fact that he's successful as an industrialist does not make him successful as a football owner.
It's all about business.
I know it's all about business.
Is getting hot and hot towards the end here. Well, we don't have a lot of time. Now, what do you think about this? Aliko Dangote has made known his interest in football, especially in Arsenal. Well, until now, he's not a very big brand in sports, but as it is, he says he wants Arsenal. Now, what do you think? Should he spend that sort of money to acquire the whole of Arsenal? Arsenal is worth $1.4 billion. Well, he is worth $15.7 billion, so you can imagine it's just a small amount of money for him in a way. But then 50 million pounds can turn Kano Pillars, Heartland, stationery stores to probably the biggest brand in Nigeria or Africa. What do you think about that? Should Aliko Dangote buy into Arsenal? Was he even right in the first place to say that he wanted to buy Arsenal? Why can't he just start with Kano Pillars? What do you think? You can send your tweets to me at Sporting Solo TVC and be a part of the debate. Thank you so much, Sheun Raji here, who believes that Aliko Dangote is on the right path. He should buy into Arsenal. Is that because you're an Arsenal fan?
Not really, because I'm an Arsenal.
But then Yusuf Akogu here says no, he should first start locally. Thank you so much for coming, Yusuf. Well, until we come your way again on Sports Bait, enjoy the rest of your day.